I think one thing that gets kind of lost in the wind is the advising game is a single game. We look at college advising a lot of times through the analytical scope, 90% this, 85% this, but really the major impact for you, I would imagine, is the individual moments that you have with students to be able to give them that little bridge that they need, that little encouragement that they need, or even if it's just lending them that one little advice that gets them on the way to where they wanted to go or understanding better where they wanted to go.
Absolutely. Like you said earlier, the College Advising Corps operates in this near peer model. So I just graduated college this past May, and being so close in age with them really helps me empathize and have some of those kind of uncomfortable conversations about the future from a place of no judgment and a place of empathy, really. So I was a first generation college student and actually the first woman in my family to graduate high school. So being able to talk to them about some of the more personal challenges or the doubt that they face within themselves is really special. And I think a lot of the older staff members don't get to have those types of candid conversations that we do.
Hello and welcome to the finale of the 12 Days of Education presented by the Rockingham County Education Foundation. Glad to have you along. I'm Joe Dexter, and just like old St. Nick, I've got some great news for you. It's Christmas cheer as we have fully funded our goal here in the 12 Days of Education of $10,000 towards initiatives for the Rockingham County Education Foundation. Thanks to your support, $11,062 raised and 66 donations during these last 11 days, and more time to get into our wonderful giveaway today, an oceanfront stay at the Holt Condo in Caswell Beach. You can text EDUCATE to 24365. That's EDUCATE to 24365 to get in to our final giveaway. But man, there's been such a gift in the fact that we get to learn about so many of the great initiatives happening right here in our community, whether it's through the Education Foundation or several of our partners that are doing great things. And we continue to do great things thanks to the teachers and the students that continue to push forward and your support. So thank you so much from the bottom of our hearts, and thank you for texting EDUCATE to 24365 during this campaign to help fund our students and our teachers and the initiatives that help. Let's take a look one last time at those initiatives, starting with the College Advising Corps, which aims to help low-income first-generation and underrepresented NC high school students attend a college that will serve them well by placing a recent UNC graduate as college advisors in public schools throughout the state. And the local impact has been huge. More than 2,000 Rockingham County School students report submitting at least one college application, and more than $30 million in scholarships have been offered to seniors since 2013. That's a $450 return for every $1 invested in the program. And we know our seniors always face obstacles. They don't necessarily know where the road is going to go. That's where these near-peer advisors help out, because they've just walked that path that these seniors are about to walk. And I know it might have been a long time ago, 2005 for me, but walking that path, I know that it would have been a little bit easier of a road to travel if I had that help. And it's helped not only in just figuring out what to do, but to help these students get there, as 90% of Rockingham County high school seniors were reached through the College Advising Corps last academic year, and that helped secure $8 million in offered scholarships, the gift that keeps on giving. We also have Trails K-12 advancing equity in the outdoors, starting with students through a system-wide model of change by building access to natural learning spaces in the backyards of schools and empowering teachers and students to use those spaces. Trails K-12 is an ambitious initiative to offer creative and innovative, effective outdoor learning spaces to every public school in Rockingham County by the end of 2024. At its core, Trails K-12 is a movement to get kids outside. We need to keep doing that. We need to keep pushing forward to get these students in the backyards of their schools, in their natural spaces, for structured and unstructured time that not necessarily, there isn't a model out there that tells us how impactful this is, but the vitality of it lives within the students that are able to use these spaces and the community that is able to use these spaces to nurture creative thinking and development throughout the whole child. And of course, we've got the PIC program, as we talked to Louise Price yesterday, empowering children through musical heritage by putting instruments into the hands of elementary students, as PIC offers free banjo, guitar, and fiddle lessons for local students. You can learn more by visiting picprogram.org. And we've got some giveaways. It's 12 days of education and giveaways. Man alive, we got the good one today. The grand prize, a weekend stay in the lovely oceanfront Holt Condo on Caswell Beach. You still have time to enter. It's probably about 14 minutes, 15 minutes, 20 minutes, maybe if I'm feeling generous, 35 minutes. You can text EDUCATE to 24365 to get into this giveaway. That's EDUCATE to 24365. As we welcome in our guest today, she's the board chair of the Rockingham County Education Foundation. Jennifer Bradley joins us. Glad to have you, Jennifer. How you doing?
Hey, Joe. I'm doing great. I hope you are.
I am. And man, isn't it been fun to watch all of these interviews and learn a little bit about the education processes here in our community, and so how so many people are invested in the betterment of our students, no matter what age they are?
It has been wonderful. I've enjoyed it every day, hearing a different person speak and really seeing how different programs are adding to the educational opportunities for all ages, as you mentioned, across Rockingham County. And the Rockingham County Education Foundation is so excited to be a part of these. I know our flagship program, the College Advising Corps, is something that we are very, very passionate about. And we're all so excited about some of these new programs. The Trails K-12, the PIC program, just so much going on. And we're so excited and so thankful for all the donors that have given this week and throughout the year, and hopefully will find it in their hearts to continue to support us.
We'll also be giving away, I forgot to mention, a field trip today. Adding those field trips has been great as well. Yesterday, giving one away to the Madison River Park. Also, the one going to Fall Creek Falls today, and we also have the one to Big Beaver Island Creek, the schoolroom there. How important is it for you as a member of the Education Foundation Board to have this variety of ways to reach students and teachers through education?
Yeah, it is. You know, as I said, our flagship program with the College Advising Corps was a great way to kickstart the organization. And especially, you know, as we've grown as an organization and as a community, and also over the past couple of years in particular, you know, we've really had to find new ways to reach out and be able to give back and help with programs. The PIC program, it started and was completely virtual. These students were learning to play these instruments completely over Zoom. And it was absolutely amazing to see how they picked that up and just ran with it, loved it. And it's nice to see them getting back in person. But also the Trails K-12. Our kids need to be outside, and there's so much opportunity on our school grounds. It's a way for us to give back to that community because others can walk the trails. But I think about Moss Street in particular is the one that I've been on, and all of the learning opportunities. Listened to Ms. Chestnut the other day and talk about how the teachers and students are using it in that creative writing, in their math, in outdoor exercise, in PE classes. They're just so versatile. And I just think it really helps add to the education they're getting, but also opens up a world to many of these kids of just being outside, which I think is always a great thing.
Absolutely. You know, one thing, I'm a stubborn curmudgeon, Jennifer. I'm willing to admit it here on this show. So sometimes I get stuck in my head in working with myself and I'm going to get this done. I can put this forward, you know, and I think one of the great things that I've learned in some education that I've gained through the Education Foundation initiatives is collaborating to get things done. Finding common ground with so many different people moves things forward quite quicker, and also it just builds better bonding within the community. So first of all, I want to commend the Education Foundation on working with others to make things happen. And an idea can be sprouted with so many different people. And if the seed's planted and you got so many different people out there in the garden, it definitely helps, doesn't it?
It does. It does. And we are so fortunate to have not only individual donors who are supporting our organization, but also so many partners, those who gave items for our drawings this week, those who are giving back, sponsoring the field trips. Tri-State Steel is sponsoring a field trip, and just the partnerships with the Dan River Basin. There are just so many partnerships. Our executive director, Jenny Edwards, has opened up so many doors and so many opportunities for these new and exciting programs. And we are just so excited to see some of them already that have come to fruition, like at Mall Street, but others on the docket and in planning. And we're just so excited to continue to make those partnerships, collaborate not only with our partners, but with our donors and with the school and with the community, to meet them where they're at and see what we can do to help.
Absolutely. It's the 12 Days of Education, Day 12. We have met our goal, as you can see on the screen, our goal $10,000, but at $11,061.95, 66 donations. You can support our initiatives by texting EDUCATE to 24365. And here's why you're going to want to do so. We're giving away 2 great prizes today. We also already mentioned the beautiful weekend stay in the lovely oceanfront Holt Condo on Caswell Beach. You can get entered. See the pictures there. It's beautiful. Text EDUCATE to 24365. And also doing a trails giveaway, a Great Falls field trip to Fall River Falls, Mayo River State Park, sponsored by Tri-State Steel in Reedsville, and Steve Scott, the great team over there that always supports community initiatives. Jennifer, I don't know if you've had a chance to go to Fall Creek Falls, but man, it is beautiful. The former DeShayslow Mill. Not only is this going to be an opportunity for students to learn about the beauty of outdoors and recreation, but there's a lot of history in that site as well.
Yes, I have not been there, but I know that there will be so much opportunity. And I think about, I think it was yesterday, talking about field trips and how so many of us, when we're kids, now that we're grown, we remember those field trips. They really stand out to us. And I'm so, so excited that this is one of the giveaways this year. And the other thing I've thought about is these kids get to go as a field trip. So great learning experience, but then they're going somewhere in their own backyard, really.
Yeah, that's cool.
They're staying here, which means they go home and they tell their families about it. And so then there are family trips and outings and things that they can go and do as a family or with their churches or with their youth groups. So I just think it opens a door, and then there's just so many opportunities. So really these field trips are wonderful to open the eyes again to not only our students, but our teachers also, help them be able to see these opportunities in our own backyard that they can take advantage of.
After that was mentioned on the show, I got to thinking of my field trips, and I was thinking back. Of course, I remember going to the state capitol in Michigan as a kid, and of course, I remember going to all the fun festivals and stuff like that. I even remember, Jennifer, going to the water treatment plant. I mean, that's not the impact of field trips. Like, you can learn so much from any type of situation or environment. I think that's the important thing, is students having a chance to learn in their own environment will be impactful beyond measure. Even just from that field trip will spurn some type of thought in one of those kids' minds, and we might see them working down there at that river park someday.
Yes. Joe, I have memories of field trips in elementary school and middle school. I remember going to the Outer Banks. I'd only gone back one time since, and that was 2 summers ago. But one of my most memorable field trips was to the Volvo truck plant when I was in college. We actually got to go on a field trip then. We had to drive ourselves, but again, a place pretty close by, and just such a good learning opportunity and something folks will remember. So again, I think these field trips will get our kids outdoors, open up the eyes to the many opportunities here in Rockingham County. So yeah, we're really excited about those.
As the board chair of the foundation, it's got to make you feel warm inside just to know the bountiful options that we have here. I think when it comes to education, secondary education, when it comes to college, when it comes to all the options in front of our students, we're in a good place here in Rockingham County as far as options.
We are. RCC is such an asset to Rockingham County and all of our students. The college advisors are wonderful. I have a daughter in high school, and she's not a senior quite yet, but she is already getting the opportunity to meet with and know the college advisor at her school, as I know many others are. And they just help really open the eyes to the students of all the opportunities that are there. And some want to go far away. Some already know exactly what they want to do, but some kids don't. And some kids, a 2-year degree at RCC is exactly what they need. And they want someone to help them navigate that as much as they want someone to help them navigate applying to Carolina or applying to state. So I think we are very fortunate, not only in Rockingham County, but really in the state of North Carolina, that we have so many options for furthering education with our students.
And there's so many different things that parents have to factor in when it comes to that process, and starting as early as possible is key, but also during that senior year, it'll sneak up on you. And I think as parents, I'm not to that spot yet, but I hope when I get to that spot, as my girls get older, slow down though. 7's fine. I like 7. I don't want them to grow too fast. I'm enjoying these moments, but
don't blink.
Exactly. When you look at the opportunities through the advising corps, the one thing I think of is I went to college in 2005. By the time that they get into the opportunity to go to college, the world is going to change so much. So if I act like I have all the answers and I don't present that platform, or that platform's not available for them to explore, it's going to close some windows if I don't also look at all the options and all of the resources there.
Yes. And I was in college several years prior to you. I won't say when, but it is very different. So different. And the kids need somebody to help navigate. And I think so often having a third party, if you will, not your parent, not your grandparent, saying this is what I did, but really somebody who will, we're going to listen to our kids, and hopefully they're going to do what they want to do. But I think folks like the college advisors, they have just come out of college. They are much closer to it, and they can really share so many opportunities and offer up so many suggestions and options for your student, and meeting them where they are. And also being in the school. And again, for example, knowing your child before their senior year. That's very helpful because you kind of know where they've been, the kinds of classes they've taken, how they've done, what they like, and they can really help them navigate where they want to go, what they want to do, and help them with the paperwork. Because that, to me, kind of what I'm seeing is one of the biggest things that scares me as a parent. I'm not sure what all has to be filled out and done. And I really am going to rely on those college advisors when it's my turn.
Absolutely. It's the 12 Days of Education, Day 12. Jennifer Bradley, the board chair of the Education Foundation, joining us here on the 12 Days of Education. Before we let you go, Jennifer, any last thoughts on moving education forward here in Rockingham County and some of the initiatives and things that you're working on with the foundation?
Yes. So we are just so excited about some of the newer things over the past year, starting some new trails at some new schools. Of course, continuing the college advising corps. That's very, very near and dear to my heart, and excited to continue that. I think we are seeing so much growth in businesses and the economy in Rockingham County, and really attracting businesses. And to continue to attract those businesses, we have to continue to educate our community, not only our children as they're coming up through elementary, middle, and high school, but as they go on to secondary education, and really preparing them for the workforce. There's so many things that Rockingham County schools have done at the high school level in particular. And, I'm just looking forward to the Education Foundation continuing to partner not only with the school system, but also with so many business partners in the community and RCC as well. So we can help collaborate and make sure that we are offering things that will help add to and give back in the arena of education in Rockingham County.
From apprenticeships to philosophy, it's all available to our students. And that's the beautiful thing, is they learn to take the path that they feel is in their hearts. That's what is so important, and why it's important, I think, too, to have some guidance with this Advising Corps program to provide a little bit more of opportunities to develop at the young age through the PIC program and to get outdoors. There's so many different ways that we always have to be thinking of those different ways, don't we, to better our education and better the next generation's opportunity to get educated fully.
Yes, there are so many ways that children learn. They learn in so many different ways. And outdoors is a way, through the PIC program is a way. And I know around the corner there's a way we might not have thought about yet, but I hope that and believe that we'll be there to meet the students where they're at, and the education, the school system, and really be able to help continue to partner with them.
She's Jennifer Bradley joining us here on the 12 Days of Education. Jennifer, have a great holiday season. Enjoy your Christmas, and good to you and your family as well.
Thank you, Joe. Merry Christmas. And thank you, everyone who's given. We really, really appreciate it. And I wish everyone a wonderful holiday.
She's Jennifer Bradley joining us here on the 12 Days of Education, the final day. You can text EDUCATE to 24365. That's EDUCATE to 24365 as you look to support our initiatives with the Education Foundation and get entered for our final giveaway, which we'll talk about in just a bit. But it is the time of the year to give, and giving back means more than just being there in moments. It's the full support that we've seen through this Education Foundation 12 Days of Christmas in education. I say it's Christmas as well because the gift that keeps on giving is about the holiday spirit in the holiday season. We've seen that over these last 12 days, over $11,000 raised. Think about that for a moment. 12 days, $11,000 towards initiatives that will better our community and our students, our parents, our teachers, administrators that work so hard, the community there to support their community. That's what the holiday season is all about. That's the joy of Christmas and the joy of education. I just want to take a moment to thank you for your support in texting EDUCATE to 24365. That's EDUCATE to 24365 as we welcome in our Executive Director, Jenny Edwards. Jenny, it's a beautiful day. It's a wonderful day anytime we get to talk education and give away great things.
Joe, it is. And you said it's so lovely thanking the community for stepping up and helping us. I've just been blown away at all levels, from businesses to individuals to fellow nonprofits. Joe, staff folks and fellow nonprofits, and you know they don't make a lot of money, and they have donated to support the kids in Rockingham County. I mean, it's just been absolutely heartwarming to be a part of all this, and I'm so tremendously grateful to the people and businesses of Rockingham County.
We couldn't do it without them, could we? And the thing that always blows my doors off is the going back to Rock Aid, which all the way back in the start of this pandemic, people come together in this community for causes that are good. No matter what the cause is, no matter what needs to be done to move forward, they come together. And when you can come together for initiatives that will impact our future, guess what, Jenny? You know this better than anybody. Our future is brighter because of it.
You're right. Will Flint was actually just mentioning this to me a few months ago when he was talking about some work that he was doing for a local school. And he said, you know what, Jenny, people in this community will open up their wallets and they will support good causes, and they will support the students and the children of this county.
Well, let's do the good thing of giving away. I feel like Santa Claus, the grand prize today. Ho, ho, ho. It's time for the grand prize giveaway, a weekend stay in the lovely oceanfront Holt Condo on Caswell Beach. It's a beautiful, beautiful spot, isn't it, Jenny?
Yes. I mean, I would love to win this. I can't, but I would love to for sure. Nice weekend at the beach in a colorful condo. Marguerite Holt's condo. She's on the board of the Education Foundation. And just from the photos, you can just see the joy that she has put into her home here. And we're extremely grateful to her for opening this up and sharing it with someone. And then yesterday, Arthur's Jewelry and the diamond and gold bracelet that Martha Wright won. She went and picked it up, I think this morning, and she just was blown away at how beautiful it is and how much she appreciated. Oh, there you go. There she is. So that's Martha. She won the diamond and gold bracelet yesterday, and she sent a text and she said how much she appreciated Arthur's Jewelry stepping up to help the Rockingham County Education Foundation with this 12 days of education.
That's the one thing. We've gotten $11,000 raised, right? But we also have $5,000 given towards these giveaways by local companies, local people that support our initiatives. That's huge. So when you look at the total donation, it's way more than $11,000, right? I mean, that's so cool.
Yeah, Gildan Activewear, terrific corporate citizen here in Rockingham County, launched the 12 days of education with a huge gift. So we came out of the gate, already a quarter of the way down the runway. And that kind of thing is so helpful to inspire other people to give when they see, right away that we're valuable to the business community and that we're valuable to the students in Rockingham County. It really inspires other people to give as well. So we're incredibly appreciative to Gildan Activewear for their initial support that gave us that big boost that got us started.
Well, there's nobody that sees value more in our community than Steve Scott and the team at Tri-State Steel. Tell us about the field trip that we'll also be giving away today.
Okay, so today the field trip is what we're calling the Great Falls of Rockingham County field trip. A lot of people don't know that there are two beautiful waterfalls in Rockingham County within easy walking distance. Now, there are more than two waterfalls in Rockingham County, and maybe one day we'll have a field trip to those other ones, but we picked these two because they're so accessible for students to get to. And so this lucky class, whoever wins will get to name a class, and this class will visit two waterfalls. That's right. They'll visit the waterfall there at Mayo River State Park. A lot of people in the county don't know about that. We're getting ready to take an entire class out there so they can learn about that waterfall. There was a mill built there right after the Revolutionary War, and the creek goes right into the beautiful Mayo River just below the confluence of the North and the South Mayo. Absolutely gorgeous river out there. I think the Mayo River is one of the cleanest rivers in our state. And Steve Pulliam, who is the Dan River Keeper, will be going on that trip with those students to talk with them about, they'll probably catch some macroinvertebrates and talk about clean water. And then the students will also visit Matrimony Creek Falls in Eden and take a hike along the 1 mile nature trail there. So they'll visit two falls on this trip, thanks to Steve Scott and all the folks at Tri-State Steel.
That's awesome. You ready to go to the bucket of fame one last time?
Yes, this is it, Joe. This is the big one.
It's a little bittersweet, though.
Yesterday was pretty big. This one's big, too. Okay, I'm going to shake it up. My little dog is looking at me. Okay. And I'm going to pull out a name. I've got somebody. All right, let's see what we have here. Mita Howe.
Awesome.
Mita Howe won today, and Mita Howe gave to support music lessons in Rockingham County through the PIC program.
Awesome. Congratulations, Mita, on winning today, the 12 days of education, and enjoy that stay at Caswell Beach, as well as giving back to our students and our teachers through that powerful field trip that'll change lives. So, Jenny, I want to take the time also to, before we end this, your endless time put into stuff like this and the initiatives of the Education Foundation. Without you, it wouldn't be possible. So you deserve all the credit in the world. I want to thank you for all that you do for our students and our teachers and our administration.
Joe, thank you for that overly kind, overly generous comment. It is a team effort. I'm incredibly grateful to you. You know that. We're neighbors. I text you all the time. We're dear friends. I appreciate you so much.
It's the 12 Days of Education. Thank you so much for your support. Over $11,000 raised for beautiful initiatives right here in our community. Have a beautiful Christmas season. Enjoy the holidays. And for the 12 Days of Education one last time, we'll talk to you down the road. Take care.